My boyfriend talks in his sleep and I wish it was just cute gibberish, but instead it's terrifying. So far, he has grabbed me by the shoulder and put his hand over my mouth at 3 AM and pointed to the wall, whispering, "Do you see it? The bar bed wire." Woken me up and muttered, "He's here," while staring at my bedroom door. Rolled over last night and said, "You don't know what's out there. You don't know what's in the swamp." He's taken like 20 years off my life. On a less terrifying note, he once kissed me really gently and then said, "Have a great day at work, baby," and pushed me onto the floor at 2 AM and immediately wrapped himself in all the covers. Last night I had a dream that was about a family of 3 guys, a father and 2 sons, all together on a fishing trip, and some woman came up and said, "Oh, what are your guys' names?" And the father went, "My name's Dean, and this is my son Bean." And the woman gestured to the other son questioningly, and the dad got the most upset, disappointed look on his face, and went, "That's my other son, Scene." And I've never woken up laughing harder in my life. Blowing a dandelion is basically you helping a weed ejaculate. I was having a good day. We were all having a good day. I mean, it's kind of not. Seeds aren't analogous to sperm. Hell, pollen isn't analogous to sperm. Plants don't do dimorphic gametes like that. A better analogy would be firing a couple dozen fully formed babies from a t-shirt cannon. Now we are having a good day again. Wish customer service jobs operated with video game standards. So a customer would come up to me and I'd say, "Greetings traveler, looking to trade," and they'd only had 4 options for their response. I'd just stand there wiping down the same part of the counter for 8 hours until my shift ended, and then I'd drop everything and walk away. And if you tried to interact with me, I'd just keep running into you silently until you moved. Till that a giant, 9-foot crocodile likely ruled the earth before the dinosaurs. Just the one crocodile, not like a species or anything. King K rule. When I was 14, I worked in a grocery store, and one day I got to bag Stephen King's groceries, and of course, being the little horror fiction nerd I am, I was completely starstruck. I think he thought I was gonna ask for an autograph, because I was not even low-key staring. I was full on moon-faced and bouncing, and he kept looking over at me hesitantly, like, "Oh geez, kid, F off." Anyways, I finally managed to squeak out that I was a huge fan and asked for advice on writing. How do I write as well as you do? In my horrible thick German accent and broken English, and he gave me the best writing advice I have ever received. Kid, stop worrying about how other people do it and just write your story. 14 years later my wife and I nearly hit him with our car because he was jaywalking. However you think the story will end is wrong. But will you get up here and give me a hand? Cute story. I have a friend with a prosthetic arm, and he once confided in me that, after seeing this movie, he's always wanted someone to ask him for this. Then, the one day, I was at the grocery store with him, and a couple other people, and one of our friends couldn't reach a box on the shelf and asked him, "Dude, Jim a hand here." And, I swear to Christ, he practiced this, because the speed at which he slipped off his prosthesis was blinding, and then he hurled his arm at her. He, unfortunately, got a tad overexcited, and instead of it just landing near her, it spun out, and essentially bitch slapped her in midair. Now we say it all the time around him, and he blames Disney for the fact that he has no girlfriend. Tax evasion. I came back to Tumblr to post my first tattoo, now that it's healed, and I love it so much, Pukicho. Sorry for hairy leggy. Pukicho. I can now wake up to a world where my little paint drawing is permanently attached to someone's leg. I may open my eyes and smile softly at the thought of this little bastard experiencing every adventure you may go on, and being there with you through all of time, through trial and tribulation, through wonderment and companionship. Do us proud. And someone out there has a fetish for that same leg. Thinking about the time when I was 19 and I went to see some people I knew in a musical, and a guy was singing "Don't Tell Mama," and he climbed, sultry as anything, off the stage mid-song, recognized me in the audience, sat on my lap, and opened a flask, and I was like, This is a performance, so it's gonna be water. So I let him take my face in his hand and tip my head back in front of the entire audience. And he poured fireball directly down my throat. You're not allowed to fist fight actors in the middle of a show, but it came close. I'll want to say I got him back later, but I didn't. Gay theater major's a bastard class by birth. Alcohol CW. I paused Kung Fu Panda Holiday at the perfect moment. When your math teacher is moving on to the next chapter, but you still don't know anything. You wander through the ruins of a once mighty city. There you see a man grinning at you, wearing a rusted crown. You ask him, why the F would he wear an iron crown? And how the hell he got it wet enough for it to tarnish. At least chilled it, so the outside looks gold, and it doesn't tarnish. What the F? He gets really defensive about it, like weirdly defensive. Oh, he says, oh, I'm sorry I don't, like, carry gilding materials around. Sorry I'm not prepared like you. Where's your crown? Huh, you don't have one. I didn't think so. Watch yourself. You can never lose an argument if you say shut up nerd at the end. Yes you can. Shut up nerd. I like the little map on DoorDash because you can watch your delivery driver completely miss your address in real time. Daniel, you are going in the completely wrong direction. Let me help you. Daniel, I'm hungry. I'm opening my mouth like a baby bird. Daniel. The real question is, how the F did Persephone only manage to eat 6 pomegranate seeds? They're like the fucking cocaine of fruit. You can't eat just 6 singular seeds. You have to pop handfuls upon handfuls into your mouth at rapid speeds, and then get sad, cause you spent half an hour getting them out of the pomegranate, and ate all of them in 5 minutes. Are you okay? Pomegranate. Slides NASA $20. So, tell me about the aliens. Aliens. Slide NASA $40. NASA. Mayo. What aliens? NASA. With $60. Holding back tears. We can finally afford some more space rocks. My anxiety has a loophole that, if somebody else is equally or more uncomfortable, I develop the sudden ability to do the thing. I can't go and ask for more ketchup for myself, but if my friend wants more ketchup, I'm out of my seat in a second. What we are really touching when we swim in the ocean. Rocks, shell, kelps. What we think we are touching in the water. Toe snatcher, baby shark, spittoon, poisonous sea urchin you heard about once in a documentary and he afraid of encountering, even though you're currently in a lake in Ohio. You forgot this panel. What is it about being on a plane that makes people go buck wild for ginger ale? Literally everyone be ordering it. Ginger ale is supposed to help settle their stomach if they're nauseous, so people get it on planes if they get planet sick. Ginger grow in the ground, so it keeps you connected to God's earth while you're thousands of feet up in the heathen tube. It slaps. Move on. Next question. I just figured out the perfect murder. Kill someone and bury them in their own garden. That way if the police find them, they'll think it was a suicide. Welp looks like the victim committed suicide and promptly buried themselves in their garden. How considerate of them. Since you are black and proud, I will test you with this question. How does a woman carry a child in her stomach for 9 months, go through all the pain, hold it in her arms, and end up calling it Laquisha? Laquisha is a French variant of the Swahili name Laquisha, which means favorite. In addition, the name is also a French variant from the original Latin Letitia, which means gay, delighted, or joyful, and is the name of an old Roman goddess, Letitia. I'm not only black and proud, I'm also a former linguistics student, avid reader of mythology, and Tumblr. Your tests mean nothing to me. So to answer your question, how does she end up naming her daughter after a goddess? Pretty pridefully, I hope. Our women are goddesses. So many names that people consider ghetto are very meaningful in other cultures, so when people reduce these names to ghetto, they display their own ignorance.